Father and mother, the school shooter who killed 4 students, injured several others in Michigan high school in 2021, sentenced this week to 10 to 15 years in prison each for involuntary manslaughter, the maximum sentence allowed in Michigan. Jennifer and James Crumbley, first parents to be charged criminally for a mass shooting committed by their child. Prosecution presented evidence that the parents ignored their son's calls for help, that his dad bought him the weapon, that they were called to the school the morning of the killings after the school found disturbing drawings he made with guns and blood, but didn't check his bag and let him go back to class. The loved ones of the victims, Tate Meir, Madison Baldwin, Hannah St. Juliana, and Justin Schilling, gave powerful, heartbreaking impact statements.
The punishment that you face will never be enough. It will never bring her back. It will never be a loss that you have suffered, and it will never heal the pain. Because one day you're going to be able to see your son, visit, hear his voice, possibly laugh, maybe see him grow. I will never see that again.
If only, Your Honor, they had taken their son to get counseling instead of him a gun. If only they had secured that gun. If only they had spoken up that day in the counseling office. If only they had checked his backpack. If only they had taken him home or taking him to counseling instead of abandoning him at that school, I wouldn't be standing here today.
12:51 p.m., November 30th, 2021, that was the moment I became aware of the fragility of our mortality. Hannah, who was healthy, Hannah, who was only 14, shot 4 times. 12.5% of the bullets shot that day were at her. She took her last breath in her own pool of blood in a school she hadn't even been in for 3 months.
Back with us, Ashleigh Banfield, Jesse Weber, and Chris Hansen. Chris, the judge threw the book at them, and you feel, of course, you listen to those victim impact statements, and it breaks your heart. But 10 to 15 years for something that they didn't do.
Well, all you have to do to understand why the Crumbleys were convicted and why they were sentenced so severely is to listen to their statements to the court before sentencing. They took no responsibility. They blamed it on their son totally. They apologized to the parents of the victims, but they were almost pathological in what they said. They still haven't embraced this as they should have prior to the crime and when they had a chance to prevent it.
Let me play that sound from both of them.
Sure.
This is number 1 of Jennifer and her husband, James, speaking to the court.
This could be any parent up here in my shoes. Ethan could be your child. Could be your grandchild, your niece, your nephew, your brother, your sister. Your child can make a decision, not just with the gun, but a knife, a vehicle, intentionally or unintentionally. If there's anything the general public can take away from this, is that this could happen to you too.
To know how truly sorry I am, and how devastated I was when I heard what happened to them. I have cried for you and the loss of your children more times than I can count.
Ashleigh, I agree with Chris that I don't think that these helped them. I also don't think it made much of a difference in terms of the judge's sentence either.
Well, in that little letter that looked like a 4th grade geography project she was reading to a class, Jennifer Crumbley said one line, "Sorry for your loss." And then to the judge, she put on a smile. Literally, I just performed exactly as Jennifer did in court. But I think even more unbelievable was what James Crumbley was caught on the jailhouse recordings saying.
Yeah.
Can you just give me a second to read what he said?
We can put up the graphic of it.
Yeah, ready? Go ahead, record this call. Send it to the prosecutor, Karen McDonald. Tell her how James Crumbley's going to effing take her down. Yeah, effing Karen McDonald, you're effing. When I get out, there will be retribution. Believe me. I'm on an effing rampage, Karen. Yes, Karen McDonald, your ASS is going down, and you better be effing scared. Are you kidding me?
Jesse, if they had any sympathy going into this, he certainly blew it.
But here's the thing. From a legal point of view, they'll say, well, we have an appeal. We don't want to say anything that might jeopardize it. I'll just tell you this much. I couldn't disagree more with Jennifer Crumbley. This can happen to you. This can happen to you. I could not create a better law school textbook example. If you're going to charge 2 parents with involuntary manslaughter for their child committing a mass shooting, these are the facts you want, and these are the defendants you want. They couldn't have done anything worse.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.